The Great British Bake Off just crowned a new queen of confections, the one and only Jane Fitzcastelia. This year, Jane, a baking dynamo, has taken the crown with her unprecedented style, making her the talk of the kitchen. The Great British Bake Off, known for honouring tradition, was left marvelling at the storm Jane whipped up with her unconventional methods. With a twinkle in her eyes, a whisk in her hands, and a pantry brimming with creative energy, Jane entered the scene, ready to change the way we perceive baking. Ms. Belle Pum was brought to joyful tears as she watched Jane's meteoric rise. Jane's victory was not about mere skills, though hers were remarkable. It was about her audacity and her courage to experiment and blend the often relied upon with the unexpected. From the moment she first presented her creation to the judges, it was apparent Jane wasn't there to merely participate. She was there to redefine and revolutionize the baking world. Each week, Jane would walk into the baking tent armed with a revolutionary idea, a novel flavor palette, an avant-garde technique that left everyone, judges and contestants alike, in awe. Her creations were more than baked goods. They were edible masterpieces, each one a reflection of her culinary brilliance. But there's more depth to Jane's baking than just the razzle-dazzle. At the heart of her baking lies a profound understanding of the science that goes into it, a reverence for the ingredients she chooses, and a commitment to crafting flavours that surprise and satiate in equal measures. Jane Fitzcastelia, undeniably an innovator, is also a true virtuoso of her craft. Jane Fitzcastelia's triumphant journey in the Great British Bake Off speaks volumes about the magic of creativity, the rush of innovation, and the sheer pleasure of baking. Her bold and unique approach has raised the bar for future contestants and sparked inspiration in home cooks worldwide. Let's now take a moment to explore the winning creations that bestowed the prestigious title upon Jane Fitzcastelia. Let's walk into the kitchen with this maverick champion and uncover the secret behind her strawberry cranberry slushie and vegan rose chocolate mousse. Our topic of discussion is Jane's award-winning recipe for the invigorating strawberry cranberry slushie. This exquisite concoction blends frozen strawberries, cranberry juice and ice cubes, creating an ideal equilibrium of sweet and tangy flavours that will undeniably stimulate your taste receptors. Commencing with the detailed instructions, start by loading 150 grams of frozen strawberries into the blender. If their size is on the larger side, consider chopping them for a smoother blending experience. Following the strawberries, we incorporate 120 millilitres of cranberry juice into the mix. You have the choice of selecting either sweetened or unsweetened juice, based on the level of tartness you desire in your slushie. The subsequent ingredient is ice cubes, which impart that characteristic frosty texture to our slushie. The quantity is around 100 grams, but there's room for individual preference. If you carry a preference for sweetness, consider adding agave syrup or maple syrup. Begin with 15 millilitres and fine-tune the quantity to suit your palate. For an added zing and to counteract the sweetness, you may optionally incorporate 5 millilitres of lemon or lime juice. With all the ingredients at the ready, it's time to blend. Aim for a high-speed blend until the mix achieves a smooth and slushy consistency, which ideally takes about 30 to 45 seconds. Once you've reached the desired texture, have a taste and fine-tune the sweetness or acidity if required. The concluding step involves pouring your slushie into chilled glasses and serving them immediately, accompanied by a straw or spoon for convenience. The strawberry cranberry slushie is not only appetizing, but also remarkably revitalizing. It serves as the quintessential beverage for those scorching summer days or when in need of a sweet, cooling delight. This winning recipe is a testament to the beauty of simplicity. With a handful of ingredients and a blender, you can whip up a beverage that is not only pleasing but a true champion. That's the strawberry cranberry slushie for you, the epitome of effortless, delightful summer drinks. The flavourful recipe that stole the show was the vegan rose chocolate mousse. This exquisite dessert is a perfect blend of chocolate's richness and the delicate floral nuances of rose. It's not only a tantalising treat for the taste buds, but also a vegan-friendly delight that all can savour. Let's delve into the process creating this masterpiece. The list of ingredients include 1. A ripe avocado, 2. Coconut cream 3, cocoa powder 4, maple syrup 5, rose water 6, vanilla extract 7, a pinch of sea salt. The avocado, well ripened and peeled, provides the velvety base for our mousse. Coconut cream, especially the thick scooped from a chilled can of full-fat coconut milk, contributes to the perfect texture. The chocolatey essence is brought in by cocoa powder, while the sweetness is catered to by maple syrup. Rose water adds a subtle floral touch that makes this dessert stand out. A hint of vanilla extract and a small pinch of sea salt complete the flavor profile. The preparation begins with scooping the avocado flesh into a food processor or high-powered blender. Add the coconut cream, cocoa powder, maple syrup, rose water, vanilla extract, and sea salt. Blend all the ingredients until the mixture acquires a smooth and creamy consistency. Be sure to scrape down the sides periodically to ensure that it blends evenly. Once the blending process is done, taste the mixture and adjust the sweetness or rose flavor to your preference. If the rose water is overpowering, counterbalance it with additional cocoa powder or syrup. The next step is to spoon the mousse into small glasses, cups or ramekins, cover them, and refrigerate for at least 1 hour. This resting period allows the flavors to blend and the texture to solidify. When it's time to serve, present them chilled and garnish with dried rose petals, chocolate shavings or chopped nuts, if desired. The vegan rose chocolate mousse is far from an ordinary dessert. It symbolizes the creativity and innovation inherent in vegan cooking. It's evidence that vegan food is more than just salads and tofu. It can encompass decadent, opulent desserts. An irresistible dessert that's not only savory but also vegan-friendly. But what's a tale without a sprinkle of vibrant personalities? Our first personality is none other than Ms. Belle Pum, also referred to as our Madam Butterfly. Now there's a golden rule when it comes to Ms. Belle Pum. Always address her by her full name. She's a figure brimming with charisma and sharp humour, often creating ripples of laughter and delight wherever she next in the lineup. We have her sister Hauve, a candy floss figure like Zoe, round and plump, and her 3 adorable children. Pole, the male polar bear, is the eldest, and he exudes a certain authority that one can only attain from being a firstborn. Then there's the youngest, Nuddles, a female golden bear. She's the apple of the family's eye, and a force to be reckoned with, possessing a spark of mischief that keeps alert. Trailing behind is Zoe, the middle child, a candy floss character with a round figure and short yellow hair tied in pigtails. She's an embodiment of sweetness and light, bringing a touch of naivety to the family dynamics. Their mother, Hauve, also composed of candy floss, is a loving and devoted mother to her children and a caring sister to Ms. Belle Pum. But every story craves a villain, and ours is none other than Horse Magorse. This goody two-shoes character is notorious for trying to smear our beloved personalities as mischievous and outrageous. But Jane Fitzcostelia and friends, our company that produced this video, sees through his plots, and so do our characters. Finally, we have Curtaloo, the mother of both Ms. Belle Pum and Hauve. Curtaloo is a character with her own spotlight. She's so large that she has to adapt to her own unique way of doing things, including pooing sideways. But don't get fooled by her girth. She's as full of love and laughter as the rest of her family. These characters infuse our story with a dash of whimsy and humour, each of them bringing their distinctive traits and idiosyncrasies to the story, weaving a rich tapestry of fascinating personalities that make our tale much more captivating and amusing. Now let's dive into their world and unveil the adventures that await us. Indeed, no tale is entirely without its fair share of mischief and disorder. A perfect instance of this would be the notorious coffee pot incident. The incident was a rather muddled event that could only transpire in our peculiar world, where a pair of toddlers mistakenly converted a coffee pot into a container for piping hot acidic diarrhea. The concoction that resulted was far from the desired warm coffee, causing quite the shock for any unlucky soul who happened to taste it. But let's shift our focus now to the main antagonist of our story, Horse Magorse. Always being the epitome of virtue, he continuously tries to portray us as mischievous and outrageous. And it's hard to forget his encounter with Ms. Belle Pum. Horse Magorse was at a loss for words when she provided him with a hot beverage, preserved since the Stone Age, surprising him beyond belief, the reaction worth more than gold. Yet the highlight of this story is Ms. Belle Pum. This woman, who despite being falsely accused by Horse Magorse for allowing toddlers to accidentally defile a coffee pot, has an unbreakable spirit. Horse Magorse, in an attempt to tarnish her reputation, reported her to the bobbing man. He screamed and yelled at her. But this did not deter our Ms. Belle Pum. she cleverly served horse magorse, a Stone Age special hot beverage. Oblivious to the nature of the drink, horse magorse gladly accepted it, only to regret immediately. The aftermath was a vile, retching sound that echoed, "Swelch, solwetch, The laughter that followed was a testament to a world of unexpected hilarity and eccentricity. But amidst the chaos, Ms. Belle Pum stands tall and unbroken, a testament to resilience. At the end of it all, we find ourselves back in the library with the indomitable Ms. Belle Pum. In a daring plot twist, she had sealed off the other floors, leaving her companions, including the ever-vexing horse magorse, and 96 more souls, in a predicament with a whopping 600 gallons of water. Concerningly, she overlooked that the bathrooms on this floor were out of order. The crowd was desperate, pleading with the locked restroom doors as their need to relieve themselves became unbearable, a discomfort that could practically be heard buzzing in the air. Amidst the chaos, Ms. Belle Pum decided to unlock the doors, setting them free to the unpleasantly scented lower floors. The aftermath was far from pretty. The crowd lost control, creating a flood of bodily fluids down the stairwell. A young lady, in a moment of confusion, mistaken the vomit for facial cream. She applied it, only to be left with an unbearable stench. Another girl ended up applying the vomit as eye drops, losing her sight permanently. One gentleman, in an unfortunate sequence of events, had diarrhea into a woman's mouth, causing her to vomit in response, a cycle that repeated for a painful 20 minutes till the woman could no longer endure it. Horse magorse, who was incessantly meddling with Ms. Belle Pum, ended up covered in cow urine. A shocking incident that occurred was when a lady managed to vomit into her own anatomy, and a young boy regurgitated his own organ. A boy, in a moment of panic, ended up vomiting into his mother's nose, causing a painful burning sensation. A disturbing picture indeed. But remember, at the heart of it all is the unyielding Ms. Belle Pum, a symbol of perseverance and strength even amidst the chaos she inadvertently caused.